I think
Yeah, everything's fine.
that it's good now. Okay, cool. Lit. I think
Yeah, everything's fine.
that it's good now. Okay, cool. You can also hear you. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now I'm gonna actually start the stream. So I don't know anything about this really. Midnight, my friend who's here right now, told me about this whole situation and what it is and what I'm gonna find out, I guess. I am interested in this whole dealio. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I don't know anything about it, but let's go. Please enter my name. Yo, fuck that. I'm putting Saint A7. I can't put Saint A7. That's fucked up. I'm gonna put Young Santa. That is for sure. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were both children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourselves making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. What? Ha! Ha! What? I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Ugh, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, young Santa. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you didn't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. What? Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations that I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content, just getting by on the average while I sleeping in the free time on games and anime. Huh? I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET. The fuck is a NEET? In a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. Sorry. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself... What? I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. This school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around, realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought you know what? Well, that you come to my club. Sayori. Yeah. There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one... What? I don't know, sorry, I got a fucking weird Twitch achievement. Anyway, show interest after the one who proposed the club. She inherited the title Vice President. That said, she didn't even get president. She started the shit, right?
No, she didn't start
She
it.
didn't?
She
Okay.
was the first to join.
Okay. That said, my interest is literature and guaranteed to be even less. What? I don't know what I just said. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori's really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used to for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you. Don't call me... Oh, sorry. I glanced around the room. Welcome to Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. What a nice surprise! Welcome to the club! All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry? Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Now, how you gonna judge, like, the fact that she's a first year by her, like, appearance? That's kind of fucked up, dog. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. This is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Monica with your fucking US type name, fuck you. That's right. It's great to see you again, young Santa. What the fuck was that maneuver? Anyway, Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... Yeah, you too, Monica. Come sit down, young Santa. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one spare next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over at the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! What? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one. Then Monica, I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you know, you dummy. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. I learned today that I'm not good at reading. I hear the music fine, yeah.
Oh, that's all that matters then. Just making sure.
What's that supposed to fucking mean? Is it real quiet for the stream?
Yeah, it's quiet for the stream.
Oh. Rip. I think I know why, to be honest.
Yeah, but like the music isn't entirely important for the audience, especially since most people watching will already know.
It must be hard to start a new club. You could put that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, young Santa, what kinds of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. No, not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking of after seeing Yuri's bad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacups with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immersive me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, that's fucked up. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often successful at changing the way I look around you for only a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give It Back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Shiori's up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I don't know what the fuck that word was. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing it to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read someone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. What? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it would help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, young Santa? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Shiori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made that decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Young Santa, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing prose is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay. I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Shiori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Young Santa, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore. Because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Shiori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most.
So, who you thinking?
Oh God.
Who you thinking will be your waifu?
Tonight, why you do this to me? I don't know, fam. Well, obviously, emails are my favorite
now,
word.
I guess.
No.
I guess, yeah, just go with words that you like, and we'll see who you end up with.
I'm doing a rainbow. I'm gonna do raindrops. Fireworks, breathe. Fuck anime. I mean, never. That's rude.
Well, how dare you, sir?
Infinite. That reminds me of Infinite Warfare. But Wrath is like See, Wrath is like a 7 deadly sin, also a boss or a mini boss in Binding of Isaac, so I'm picking Wrath. 420. Anyway. Fuck Pout. I'm not gonna pick that one. Flying Fester Dream. Explode was the first one that I saw. Now, I'm gonna go with Silly. Now, this is a big variance. Nah, fuck that word, bro. Now, beds, they're lit. I take a nap every day. Bed. Now, Inferno sounds, that's a little crazy. But Whirlwind, that's a Pidgeotto move, I think. Giggle. Fireflies reminds me of that one song by whatever, that Owl City or whatever. Doki Doki, never Doki Doki. I'm never picking that. Music. Philosophy, incongruent. Precious beauty. Loud childhood, lazy. Lollipop, huh? I mean, Lollipop was the first one I saw. Fluffy, sparkle, sugar, poof, scars. Poof is that one bitch from Fairly Odd Parents. Fun, captive, crimson. Family, cage, extreme, bro. Swimsuit, embrace, dazzle, swim, game, together, forgive. Treasure, hopeless. We go with dazzle. Play, heaven sent, nightgown, nature, laugh, disaster. Nightgown. That's some weird shit right there. I don't know how. Nightgown. Why would people? What? It's freaking me out.
Nightgowns are good.
They're good.
Have you worn a nightgown?
I have not.
You're missing out.
Well, I'm picking nightgown then. Fuck it. Massacre, dude. Contamination, friends, vitality, color, determination, fantasy, vibrant, melody. Starscape. Suicide. Oh my god, what the fuck? Suicide Forest, bro. Anyway. It's every day, bro. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, young Santa. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. It is, because you fucking essentially made me. It's fine, though. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Seori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Always give... I don't know. I don't want to read Young Santa every time. Fuck it. Always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with the busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Shiori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Young Santa can be good friends too? Yori? As usual, Shiori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Well, wait, Shiori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? No, never mind. Shiori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book and I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it keeps your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted to. how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Shiori and Monica are already having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down in the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? What? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me. But I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and I'm listening in on Shiori's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature clubs sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Shiori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her that's a good point. What? Why am I in settings? What just happened? What? Return, okay. Oh, I clicked down here. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Well, what kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I found myself smiling. In the end, Shiori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Shiori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it'd be like to see the world through her eyes. What? I open my eyes to find Shiori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry, wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Shiori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on, at least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Shiori, it's written all over you. Shiori glanced around herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Shiori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get it right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't on straight either. And there's toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe out the stain with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Shiori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom.
Ooh.
Midnight, why are you doing this to me? Are you fucking lying to me? This is like...
No, 100% not lying.
Once you see how much... I think you're lying to me, dog.
No, bruh, I told you. It will take a little bit of time. Like, you probably won't get into any of the good stuff today. Depending on how much you play.
You're straight lying to me.
It will flip. I told you, it plays itself as a normal sim at the beginning, and then it's gonna go all crazy.
Okay. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is a weird angle. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near your chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, would you have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore? What are you smiling about? It means my got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so, why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if you keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Is this Mike G? Well, anyway, just focus. Just fucking name drop. That's fucked up.
Name drop.
Anyway, if you focus on going to bed earlier, fine, it's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I was joking that time, man. It's impossible to tell with you sometimes, bruh. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh God.
Who you gonna choose?
Definitely... Oh, dang it, dude. Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah-ha-ha-ha. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's a sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had these sort of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. What did I say? The way she talks about you, it sounds like... It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? Aha, I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way blah 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 everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Aha! Aha! What the fuck was that? They both started laughing. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction that spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of my meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Click outside poem area to continue. So, what do you think? I don't know what the fuck any of that shit meant. It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of stuff has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can really be powerful. I know, trust me, bro. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if you know how to put it. I guess you could say that I have some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany, huh? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. What the fuck? Why she say thanks for listening after that? Who should I show my poem to next? Well, she said that Sayori might like it, so... Yeah. Oh my goodness! This is so good, young Santa. I love it! I have no idea, you're such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez.
You're stupid.
I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe in Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a young Santa poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy just the way you wrote one. That you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, young Santa. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only real good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm glad. Sorry, not glad. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine,
Good time.
the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel... Oh, this one's getting weird. Is this about... I want breakfast? What the fuck? Hold on. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you teasing the wish a rainy day? Alright, what? Are you trusting? Not teasing. I'm shit at reading. Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. See, this bitch Shiori, or whatever the fuck her name is, she's freaking me out. Low key.
Why?
I don't know. She's just a weird creeper lady. Anyway. Shiori. This is just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Now, I forget who this is. Natsuki, not Natsuri, who the fuck that? Natsuki is the one lady with... Okay, I'm doing Yuri, I guess. Yuri stares at the poem. Yo, this bitch hates this shit, bro. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh! Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading... Oh, so it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Yo, is this bitch freaking out? Yuri buries her face in my hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable things I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something that you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing an even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamingly as it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I need a fucking drink of water, holy shit.
Cool.
Ghost under the light. What the fuck is that word? The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm's breathing air. Calm breathing air of the present. But living in the past, the light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I've such terrible handwriting. Yeah, you do. I don't know what the fuck any of those words were, bro. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually like your handwriting. It's pretty. That's not what that sentence was. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, young Santa. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think of that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. And then, Natsuki. Da-da-da. Well, it's about what I expected for someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotion, so basically it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Yo, this is already my favorite one. I don't give a fuck about any of those bitches. This one's great. Well, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can see, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Skirt. That one, best one. This is by far,
So what
bro.
you're saying is you're going with her.
Yeah, it's by far the best one. She's the only one that made a fire poem. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that the writing has to be sophisticated and shit. Some people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat, like on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect for you from the youngest one here, did you? Well, guess not. I decided to humor the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting. Across the room, Shiori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was just trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Shiori liked it, and young Santa did too, so based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Yeah, they do. This bitch fucking sophisticated as hell, thinking she fucking bad, bro. She's not. Unless, of course, I come across something particular, which I haven't yet. And young Santa liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that young Santa appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. It's not even fucking true. Fuck you. With your purple hair ass. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as young Santa started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. What the fuck is happening? I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as they noticed I was just standing there. Young Santa, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making poems all convoluted for no reason? That meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, young Santa. Well, wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, young Santa? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh shit, what's this bitch name? Fucking goddamn it. Yuri's the purple? Fuck. Definitely not picking Sayori, whoever, that's that one bitch. Natsuki. Yuri, you're really talented, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain and attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Aha. Shows how much you know. That's not... Natsuki, I think that's enough. Huh. Me? But she was mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Ah. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean anything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey! It's not like you need to apologize for me, young Santa. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about, Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway. The thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's okay. That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with everyone. Yeah, your natural beauty. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone read each other's poems, right? Everyone read each other's poems, alright? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone, especially you, young Santa. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from lazing around we got a little too used to. So me joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home. So we all will relax for a little bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. It's the most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Young Santa, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about kind of poems. Blah, blah, blah. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Young Santa, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehe. Shiori beams at me. It's truly been a while since Shiori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Shiori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew. You know, young Santa, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest, and I think everyone really likes you too. That's every day is gonna be so much fun. Sigh. Why just read sigh? Fuck. It looks like Shiori still hasn't caught up onto the whole kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, no, we will just have to see what the future holds, Shiori. I pat Shiori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Shiori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Whew. Rip. Alright. I think I went for an hour.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's that. I'm gonna save it. We'll
For now.
get this all figured out.
It's gonna be a commitment, but it'll be a nice little surprisey thing once you get to it.
Yeah, it's everyone's beefing, except for, well, 2 people are beefing hard now. I don't know what's happening. It's
Yeah.
I won't remember any of this next time I play, but let's just go with the flow. Thanks for watching my stream, nobody,
okay.
but except for midnight. But yeah, have a wonderful rest of your night. Everyone, go to sleep. See ya.